Oh snap! We are live, and my hand is actually. Can I flip it? Yes. My hand is actually in the way, and it's dark as shit in there. Oh no! Can we adjust the quality? No. Anyway, I'm at it again. I'm at it again with I know my apartment looks like shit. It's gonna be too bright. Maybe. Huh. That's like extra fucking bright. Can I? You know what? Maybe. Hold on. There we go. Good enough light. I am at it again with our Act 2 of the gaming pulpit, right? This looks all like high def and shit. Oh, shit. Anyway, so we have a couple of different subjects to talk about. One being the loss of the YouTube community. Uh, I'm sure you already know him, TotalBiscuit. Um, that is a shame, Also, next is the Detroit. Um, all them Detroit woes and shit like that. People are really pissed off at that exclusive. They don't like David Cage and it talks about the PlayStation games. What do you call it? PS4 and so on. Apparently H1Z1, which is how all the battle royale started. That's kicking ass. Like the servers are actually like hit. They're destroyed on the PS4. I think this is something like 1.4 million. I'm bad. I'm like all over the place. Anyway, 1.4 like million people were playing at once or trying to access the server. So I was like, it's good shit. And then lastly, we want to talk about God of War sales. You know what I mean? How they accomplished 5 million. I don't know if that's digital included. I think it's actually everything. So let's get started. Um, I watched his videos from time to time. We're talking about TotalBiscuit, and it was very well together. It was very nice. He had a huge following, huge following. I think he had like 2 million subscribers constantly with a 500,000, 2 million, 3 million views. People loved him. They loved him, and it's it's rough. It's absolutely rough that he passed away today. And this kind of hits home for me. I know I haven't been like really keeping up with the particular channel, and I'm not trying to, jump on any bandwagon. But it's I lost my mom when I was 4, and she was 23, I believe. Cancer's a bitch. I don't care who the fuck you are. It's a bitch. Um, and there's so many little things people worry about. They worry about the dumbest fucking thing. These console wars and all these exclusive. Yeah, it can be fun. It can almost be like sports and shit like that. We root for your home team. You're going to be, people are going to favor something. Somewhere they want to favor, and you know, and that's no problem. When you take it to heart and you start fucking with other people's livelihoods, making up shitty reviews, which I'll talk about with that whole Detroit thing. But when you start making up shitty reviews just for clicks and shit like that, or you're getting paid under the table, that type of shit is unacceptable. Unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Period. So that's when it starts to actually be an issue. But little problems like people people just argue about stupid shit, racism, all of this stuff that we deal with nowadays is, what I mean, ultimately the only thing that is promised is death, and that's the truth. You can't. That's something that you can't avoid, and all the money that he has made with the YouTube channel, you can't. You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. That's it. Same thing with Steve Jobs. Same thing with Prince. None of that shit you can take with you. You know, it's ass. You know, it's shitty. You know, I wish his family the best of luck. You know, but this should be a wake up call for a lot of people. You know, like, nothing is promised. Nothing is promised when it comes to shit like this. You cannot sit there and, just worry about dumb shit. It's too much. There's too much shit to worry about, and um, you go online and you see a whole bunch of bullshit, and it's just like, oh my god, this shit people care about. Even my job at customer service, it's just ass, people, oh my god, I can't have HBO, stuff like that. Because, I work for a company that is involved with cable and stuff like that. But people just care about the dumbest things. And, me losing my mom at an early age, at 4 years old, like I said, this hit home. And I kind of forgot after all those years of how it would feel like to lose somebody to cancer. You know what? Don't be afraid to do what you feel is right. Don't be afraid of other people's, how they feel, how they think towards you by you doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? Life is just too damn short for you to care about that. It's too fucking short. It is. It's too short. You know what I mean? There's a lot of haters, a lot of people that try to, like, step on your dreams and stuff like that. Fuck them. This is a small YouTube channel. I would love this to be huge. I would love it to be huge. And there was a lot of naysayers and stuff like that. And, I'm just going to have to do me. I'm going to eventually have to do me. And that's the end of the story. It really is. But I want to end that portion of this video there. You know, start doing what you're happy with. You know what I mean? Start living life to the fullest. I know you hear it, and this is a reminder every time somebody dies. That's what you're supposed to do. That's it. You know, good luck to them. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of numb to this shit anyway. But on to our next segment. Um, Speaking of fanboys and worried about stupid shit, there's all over the line, all over the internet. Detroit Become Human is getting slammed right now. We're getting slammed for reviews, about how it's the typical David Cage game, and David, doesn't know how to make a game. Essentially, all of his games are quick time events, and and all this other stuff. And of course, because it's a PlayStation exclusive, everyone's looking at that shit, and it's like it's supposed to be like a fucking 95% just because it's a PlayStation exclusive. That is not the prerequisite for PlayStation stuff. What is the prerequisite for PlayStation games is the diversity. If it's diverse, that is a determining factor for PlayStation. You have a whole bunch of saying, what PlayStation, this is the reason why that genre could exist and people can love that game and play it. But I read these publications and these journalists, and they are overly hard on the game. Overly, overly, overly hard on the game for no fucking reason. Oh, it's David Cage. You already know what kind of game it is. You know it's an interactive movie. That's what it is. Oh, what's the thin line between game and interactive movie? There is no thin line. It's an interactive movie. That's how the game is presented. And you see places that give it for clickbait a fucking 2 out of 10, 2 out of 5. For what? Why? Why? There's no reason. There's no reason to give it that low of a score when you can clearly see all of the hard work that was put into it. The game is designed. Its gameplay is your choices. That's how the game works. That's how the system works. That's how it works. It's your choices. You know what I mean? And then it's like so many people are under the impression that it's not what it's it. It's not, it's ridiculous. Honestly, you know, it's clear as day that that's how the game, that's how it is. It's clear as day. And you sit there and you call it. It's not much of a game. Shut the fuck up. How about that? All these people that want to jump on the bandwagon, and people are so quick to judge everything. Why don't you get up and make a game and see how it is when people criticize your shit? I get it. No harm, no foul. I get people. You can't be sensitive in this game. But there's a lot of games that failed because of the news publications and journalism because they wanted a quick click. One of the biggest things I can't stand is Digital Foundry and how they subtly fueled the fanboy wars. Sorry about that. I got a message there. But yeah, for Digital Foundry, they will always fuel the fanboys. When you have to zoom 400% into something and claim that this is a better game because you zoomed in 400% all the way a fucking kilometer away, I get what you're trying to do. Why don't you in your videos explain that the PlayStation Pro isn't as powerful as the Xbox One? You know what I mean? Why don't you explain that? And people can, and they don't want to explain that. But this is the dangers of news publications and things like that for clicks. And he's on a forum, I believe. Um, One of the guys from Digital Foundries on a Reset Era forum, which everybody licks his ass because of these videos or whatever the case is, and they know what it is. The bottom line is this: Sony is killing the fucking game. They're killing the game, and they're killing it with hard fucking work. The PlayStation pillar is very fucking important to them. It's very important to them. So they have to make sure that they're killing it. It's the iPhone of Apple, what PlayStation is. So they have to make sure it's right. They have to make sure it's right. And people don't like that. You won't if without Sony, you wouldn't get the Horizon Zero Dawns, you wouldn't get the God of Wars, you wouldn't get the Last of Us. None of those things you would get. So you gotta give the fucking company props. And people don't want to give the fucking company props ever. Detroit Become Human, what is it? Until Dawn. Until Dawn wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for Microsoft. Period. It just wouldn't exist. Which is a shame. I'm not gonna buy it now. The Detroit Become Human. I want to buy it maybe in a couple days, only due to the fact that I want to play certain games, and I just can't. My brain can't handle another game right now. It just cannot handle another game. I can't do it. Um, next stop, next stop on the news here, right, is the PlayStation Classics. Now, I told you before on my first episode that I was going to call Sony out on the bullshit, right? I was going to call them out on the bullshit because straight up, where the fuck is the PlayStation 2 games that I bought? And I'm not talking about the disc, but I bought some PlayStation 2 classics on the PS3 and I can't transfer that shit over. It is clear as day that the PS4 can run that shit. Where are they? Where the fuck is it, Sony? And I know what they're trying to do. They don't want the mindset of backwards compatibility to be anywhere near their exclusives and what the current generation is. Because if they make one thing backwards compatible, people are going to complain about another thing. Why is this game not backwards compatible? Why is this not backwards compatible? If you could do it here, then why can't you do it here? And all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're doing this shit. They don't want to have that mindset. I get it. But now that the generation is coming to a close, now they can kind of slip that shit in there. And hopefully, um, Sorry about that. Hopefully they would do this backwards compatible for the PS3, one, and two for the PS5 when that comes out and it's released. Hopefully they do that shit. But I can't wait. I told you my favorite game of all time is probably Tomb Raider. Old school PlayStation, triangular breast, Lara Croft. That old shit. That one and Tomb Raider 3. Those are my favorite games of all time that like the sense of adventure and shit like that. I love it. Um so that's that. The other thing that I would like to talk about is how Microsoft tried to jump on that wave of Battle Royale and tried to get PUBG exclusively onto their console. They tried their best. And we should know, oh boy, we should know that Microsoft does not put much effort into anything. We should know this. They don't. They put no effort into it. And regardless of whether you like that truth or not, it is what it is. It is what it is. They don't put the work into it. The game runs like shit. And the whole exclusive rights, everyone says that Spider-Man is anti-consumer because Sony paid for it to be made, not that stick with the console that where it was already on PC, but just to be made because nobody else was going to buy that game or make that game. That's anti-consumer to have that exclusive, even if it is for a year, because they've really caused a lot of damage to that brand, the PUBG brand, for consoles, I should say. They caused a lot of issues for that one. And other games are taking the reins. First of all, fucking Fortnite is destroying it on consoles. And I bet you the people who made PUBG, they're probably pissed. They're probably extremely irritated because there's not that many people that's on the 360 anyway. We're talking about 30, 35 million if we're being generous versus fucking 80 million. And not everybody's going to be about that whole shit, you know what I mean, about the Battle Royale scene. So by the time it gets to PlayStation, because it's a year exclusivity, H1Z1 has 1.4 million people logged into it because people want a more serious battle royale, and that is technically the original one. It's technically the original one. So PUBG, by the time it gets released for the PS4, people are gonna be pissed the fuck off. Or they're not pissed the fuck off. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But people are gonna be angry. I just said angry, pissed off. No, I'm sorry. People are gonna move on. That's what I wanted to say. There's too many different games. You got Call of Duty doing the fucking battle royale. H1Z1 is going to satiate that realistic battle royale that people, if people don't like Fortnite, you know, so that's what you're going to get for that one. No one's going to care about PUBG on the PS4. That's where your biggest clientele and success would have been if you would have released it on there and not have taken Microsoft money because they can't design their own fucking exclusives. So they fucked up royally on that one, and they get what they deserve. I guess PC. A lot of people playing that shit on PC, but guess what? Well, there's too many battle royales for you to be on consoles. It's crowded at this point in time. Sorry. Last, let's talk about God of War. Sold in a month, 3 million, I believe, or no, it sold 1 million, and in his lifetime, it sold 3 million. And that was when the PS3 had a horrible reputation. Like everybody hated the fucking PS3. This God of War actually sold 5 million in a month worldwide. In a month. It's on one fucking console. It's single player. There's no co-op. So that should let you know they want a decent experience. They want a challenge too. We used to be able to do that shit back in the day, but you know, people are so antisocial. They rather talk to somebody on the internet, and that's how they communicate that way. But it did 5 fucking million in 1 month by itself on one fucking platform, not multi-platform on PC, Xbox, and everything else. It's just on PS4. And then it had a nerve to push the pro cells. It pushed the pro cells. It just whooped everybody's ass. It took everybody by fucking storm. God of War did. Everybody by fucking storm. It's just destroying shit left and right. And I'm glad. I'm glad that it's doing it, because now that now people can see how serious it is, because there's a straight up narrative that apparently we're not supposed to like um single player games. Publishers are pushing people to like multiplayer games so they can keep releasing these loot boxes, and you have to pay online and shit like that. And I'm glad that Sony is at least taking a rule. It is beneficial to them because they do something different. It differentiates them. I get it, but that's what's going on. Is working to their advantage. So that's awesome, awesome stuff. But you know what? That's what I have for today. I just figured I'd make a really quick video. It's late. I'm fucking tired, and I gotta do some streams and shit like that. I'm glad I can do this, and I'm glad that I can make this shit happen. I'm gonna follow my dreams, especially with the death of TotalBiscuit. That shit lets you know you should follow your fucking dreams. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody fuck with your shit. Do you all the time. And that's where I'm going to end it off at. I hope you have a great night.